Please concentrate. Each game of chess means there's one less variation left to be played. Each day you're through means one or two less mistakes remain to be made. Not much is known of early days of chess beyond a fairly vague report that 1,500 years ago, two princes fought, though brothers, for a Hindu throne. Their mother cried, for no one really likes their offspring fighting to the death. She begged them stop the slaughter with her every breath, but surely not one brother died. Sad beyond belief, she told her winning son, you have caused such grief, I can't forgive this evil thing you've done. He tried to explain how things had really been, but he tried in vain. No words of his would satisfy the queen. And so he asked the wisest men he knew the way to lessen her distress. They told him he'd be pretty certain to impress by using model soldiers on a checkered board to show it was his brother's fault. They thus invented chess.
The archway is clear.
The Russians have moved into practice.
Let's go. Hurry.
If they had, would you creeps be here? No. My advice to the President of the United States. Actually, my astrologer's advice to the President of the United States. What he says is that the only time you should believe an utterance from a Russian is when he flatulates.
Some questions for Mr. Sergieski.
Mr. Sergeyevsky plays where the World Chess Federation tells him to play. The match sites are not under our control.
Freddie! Huh? Somebody call me?
Bangkok has a reputation for having a rather rich nightlife. Do you plan for a takeover?
I'm in training, I'm sorry to say. Maybe next time.
You probably brought all you need with you anyway.
What's that supposed to mean?
Miss Fossey's not an unattractive woman, Freddie.
Florence is my second. What do you imply?
Forget it.
No. I would like to know, really.
Freddie.
Come here. Come here.
Look, it was a joke, okay?
I say he's out of his free. He's finally inflicted between you and me.
Look is friendly and bad, street is clean, but that is no advantage. Not like the times in the West. You got your first exclusive story. Now you can bask in this reflected glory. Naked approach, Yankee aggression. Oh, what a credit to your great professor.
It's all of what forms it has to be.
Even I know his reputation.
But to see it there in front of you.
Very amusing.
Malakov. As it is. Good luck, Sergeyevsky. The American is such a child.
I'm beginning to think a chess match will not be the boring assignment I feared. For you, from your wife, she called from home.
You'll learn that when I'm in a match, I have neither a wife nor a home.
I understand when you are home, you don't call your wife either. Well, this is none of my business.
I'm here to play chess.
And I am here to help you play. What did you bring?
The woman with trumper, Florence Fossey.
An experienced second. She's well known. You could have just asked me.
Oh, she. Aryan refugee left Budapest as a child, 1956. Sleep together?
Rumor is they don't anymore. She has her own room here. We are still checking this out ourselves.
He needs only an answer, Nikolai, not a videotape.
Speak for yourself. Hungarian women. I had a crush on one in Moscow. But that's because I was Russian.
The sacrifices we Russian men have had to make for the cause of world peace.
Ah. Hello. I'll be right down. Our ambassador has arrived.
Our ambassador.
What didn't I tell you? He's asked to play one game against the world's champion.
Tonight.
No, Markov. He went to university for the first set. You have no choice.
Who needs a dream? Who needs ambition? Could be the fool in my position. Once I had dreams, now they're obsessions. Hopes became needs, lovers' possessions. Then they move in, oh, so discreetly, slowly at first, smiling too sweetly. I opened doors, they walked right through them.
fast, entertaining. But what's the point if I'm concealing most of my thoughts, all of my feeling? Now I'm where I wanna be, who I wanna be, and doing what I always said I would, and yet I fear I haven't won at all. Going forward, I can never looking back in case there's someone right behind me, shoot me down and say, he always do I call. When the crazy wheel slows down, where will I be? Back where I started.
Now, 30,000, you won't take a penny less. Wait for it. He's adamant it's 30 or nothing. Now, 30, 30. I'm seeing some merchandise in a few minutes. No, 30. It's a deal, 25. 25 grand. And it doesn't even have to be your foot in the picture. It does now. They can use any foot they want. They put your signature right across it, see? One hand, they don't even have to photograph you. They can pull something.
Look at this.
Freddie, please concentrate.
A photo session I told him was going to cost real money. Ah, Florence, trade show's just beginning if you feel like swapping.
Photo session I told him was going to cost real money. Where did you find that guy? Selling watches on Broadway?
You just hate the idea of making money, don't you?
I hate the fact of always talking about it. So now that you sold your feet, what other parts of your body are you going to throw it in?
Florence.
I suggest your head, something you don't seem to use anymore.
Get off me!
Watch him. That's my advice. Period.
I know what I'm doing.
That I'm going to have to take on faith.
Sergeyevsky doesn't know what the hell to make of me after this morning.
Stick to the chess, Freddie. Do what you're good at. The Russians aren't as dumb as you think. Sergeyevsky may not have just sold his toes for 25 grand, but we can still have some respect for him.
Yeah.
And from now on, this agent, or whatever he is, stays away from you while you're preparing.
What are you, my mother? You're not here to tell me what to do, Florence.
I thought that's exactly what my job was, Freddie. Here. On down. Bishop, I move the knight.
Okay, very good. Where did you pick that one?
Linsky in Philadelphia. He saw this position in a Sergeyevsky match in Volograd. I've been saving it.
Okay, so I want to know myself get into a position like that.
Sergeyevsky wasn't the one that made the move, Frederick. He was the one who got out of it.
No way. No, that's not. It's not possible. No.
Sergeyevsky found a way out.
You must have it wrong.
He got out. It's not going to be as easy as you think, Mr. Trumper. How many women would drive themselves crazy by arguing over a game of chess? Not very many. The way things are going, there'll soon be one less.
Don't believe you, sweetheart.
Listen, Freddie, I too had ambitions. How did I get waylaid? How
show, isn't it?
Yes, makes you feel.
Proud to be an American.
What do you want, Mr. Molotov?
You've learned my name, my friend. It's just a question about the players' chairs.
We agreed on Swedish chairs. Chairs.
We brought with us two very comfortable Finnish chairs. Finland is neutral.
But are the chairs?
You seem so distrustful. I hope you're not one of those right-wing conservative Americans.
Not yet, but keep talking.
What's so funny, Mr. Molotov?
Miss Bossy, a humorous woman.
It's a pleasure to see opposing delegations getting along. The world is changing.
No one can deny these are encouraging times.
No one can deny these are encouraging times.
It's the U.S. versus USSR. Yet we more or less are.
No one can deny these are encouraging times.
To our credit, putting all that aside, we have swallowed our pride.
These are optimistic and encouraging times. It really doesn't matter who comes out on top, who gets the job.
No one's way of life is threatened. High and loud.
Oh, we're gonna smash that bastard! Make him wanna take him dead. Take him to the cleaners and devastate him, wipe him out, humiliate him.
We don't want the whole world saying they can't even win again.
We have never had the gun called excitement. There's no use in losing.
How good to feel that as this great event begins, it underpins our quest for peace, the bond of common interest of the East and the West.
As long as our man wins, as long as our man
Put it down. No? The yogurt. Let me see that. Let me have it. Get away. Check it. I want someone checking that yogurt. Put it down.
check it for what?
Check it. Oh, this is crazy. Why should I let you check my yogurt? It's strawberry yogurt. I can see it's strawberry. This is blue. And before that, it was blueberry. And before that, it was blueberry. So, what are you, stupid? He's getting signals. With the choice of yogurt. He's cheating! Don't be so goddamn naive. You see him showing us his yogurt? Look at his face. He is cheating. Now, I demand that he no longer be served any yogurt, and I want an apology. He's off.
Freddie, what are you doing?
Look, I think I'm being very generous here. I can demand he be disqualified. Come on. Come on, Marty, do the argument. Oh, I get it. I get it. You're working for him.
Mr. Trump, what do you think there?
This match is history. It's over.
Break for lunch.
Pity you cannot always choose who you work for.
True. I've noticed you seem to have the same problem.
We wish, no must, make our disgust for this abuse perfectly clear. We're here for chess, are the U.S. If so, by far the atmosphere.
I must protest. Our delegation has a host of valid points to raise.
It's not just black and white. If I may coin a phrase, as any neutron would attest.
Though we concede, the fact your masters bend the rules is maybe not your fault. If they withdraw their psychological assault, then let their protest still proceed.
Your answer sweet, then why this fighting talk? If this says we cheat, then why on earth did people take the walk?
I am not surprised. He wanted fresher air once he realized there was no hope of your guys playing fair.
I would say with regard to him, it is hard to rebut ever-growing suspicions, my oppositions are not.
I would have said you'd understand the strained impression getting where he's gone, for then you simply called him highly strung and not imply that he was off his
But
head.
how on earth can someone even half as civilized and nice as you be part of such a self-destructive point of view?
I hope he pays you what you're worth.
I call this tune. No one's immune to my power. Once in that all.
In that case, I must ask you why you now preside over a brawl.
I'm not getting rich. My only interest is in something which gives me the chance of working with the best.
I can only say, I hope your dream comes true till that far off day. I hope you cope with helping number two.
Mr. Sergeyevsky, you wouldn't consider abstaining.
Are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything, except that we continue on with the match.
I will be in my room, packing.
Such a waste. People have invested millions of dollars in us, Mr. Molokov, in chess.
This is not my problem.
It fucking well is. What do you suggest we do? Let it all collapse in just one day? Let selfishness dictate to us? Not while I am the arbiter of this match! This is the message I want you to get across. Tomorrow, I want to see two smiling players at the table. I'll amend that. I don't give a shit if they're smiling. I don't care if they're bleeding. Two warm bodies are what's required. That's all.
Yogurt?
Why wouldn't he let anyone see the yogurt?
It would be amusing if it weren't so serious. It is serious.
Can't imagine Freddie playing
Why can't this just be chess?
You, of all people, had the nerve to ask that?
I am a chess secretary.
Bullshit. Don't you think we know who you work for, Mr. Molotov? The State Department briefed us before we came here.
This still does not mean that I am not in love with the game of chess.
I'll bet you love all kinds of games.
Lawrence Bush, a Hungarian refugee, left Budapest, 1956. Mother dead, father lost, presumed dead. Brought up by Lawrence Osborne, professor of ancient history, Yale University. You see, we have been briefed about you as well. Miss Valshi. 1956 was a long time ago. We in the Soviet Union have already forgotten it.
I haven't. I still feel everything.
My country was also hell.
Don't give me any more reasons to hate you, Mr. Molotov. The old ones are good enough.
Trump believes. What does that mean? He won't get a second chance.
Freddie buffs now. He says he caught the commie cheating. You won't believe him. He'd be a hero. I suspect he could run for office. What does your guy take home tomorrow?
Us, the meeting being public.
The apology.
The discussion?
I see no need for more publicity.
Good. Then I suggest we meet in our hotel.
Very funny.
Then all private place, a restaurant.
I know restaurants as well.
Good. Then we can choose at random. I have a Bangkok good food
I
guide.
have the same one. We'll use mine.
But they are the same.
So there's no problem using mine.
I open, you point.
Agreed.
We'll take the third below the one you've touched.
The fourth.
The second. Agreed. The Generous Soul Bar.
Sounds ideal.
Now, those guys have a lot of nerves, Gilbert. Think of it, nothing is sacred. I tell you, they can't play chess without cheating. It's their nature. Ready? I'd be disillusioned if you came here to play chess.
Where's Freddie?
Right, right. I think there is the point. If you can't trust the Russians over chess, over a game, then how the hell are you going to trust them with, say, an arms control deal? I mean, that is basic common sense, but what do I know?
Where is he?
Shut up. I mean, what the hell do I know? I used to be a liberal myself, but that was back in the 60s. What the hell are you doing? That was the LA
Where
Times.
did he go?
It took me 20 minutes to make
God
that.
damn it,
How the hell
Tony!
do I know where Bernie Trumper went? You're the nursemaid, I thought. Maybe he got tired of being treated like he didn't know anything.
Who are you?
What?
What do you really want with Freddie?
I really want him to be rich, to recognize his potential. Chess games come and chess games go, but money.
Why do I not believe this? What Freddie did today was not his style.
Walking out of a chess match is not Bernie Trumper's style. You're not suggesting that I had anything to do with today.
Follow the slime, you find the slug.
We want to go home without seeing some of the sights. Cat Pond Palace, Sugar Shack. Girls, girls, girls. You ever been there, Walter?
That is not something you confess to in front of a lady.
Get out of here, Walter.
Oh, come on, Floyd. You want to come? Could be a real education. Well,
See? He's the boss. Be my right.
yeah. So, what if I told you that today was all my idea?
Then I'd say it's the first time you did something like that without talking it over with me.
Well, what if I told you I did it completely spontaneously?
To that, I'd respond. Only bad chess players move spontaneously, and that is one thing you're
No,
not.
I think making the point about Russians cheating is worthwhile in itself.
Since when? Here. We're meeting Sergeyevsky at this restaurant at 10 o'clock.
He'll apologize?
He'll meet us. That's enough.
Not for me.
Freddie, you're doing. This isn't the Freddie Trumper that used to
Who's
live
having
in
a $10 chance and playing chess games for the thrill of it? You're right. I want to fulfill my potential.
I wonder where you got that from.
He wants to help me,
Oh,
boys.
Freddie
You
Trumper.
work for me.
You want to lose your only friend? Well, keep it up. You're doing fine. This humiliation. Why treat me like a fool? Taking shit for 7 years and I won't take it anymore.
I'm only teasing Soviets with gentle bonhomie. If you've a better reason to be anti them than me,
There's a time and there's a place.
how about here and now? Are you for me or for them?
There's a time and there's a place.
1956, Budapest is rising. 1956, Budapest is rising. 1956, Budapest is falling. I have thought you so bored
told Molotov he wouldn't apologize.
Freddie, he was going to apologize to you.
Perhaps I can locate him. I shall have to make a phone call to excuse me.
How can you find? You have someone following Freddie?
I don't. Don't you have someone who follows me?
No, of course not. You don't think that I'm
No, of course not. Kopriva?
Please, ma'am.
He's with you?
I guess so.
Why is he sitting?
You cannot always choose who you work for.
I can. Do you mind if I...
So, you're leaving Trump?
I didn't say that. I shouldn't have said anything.
Someone like you? You could do better.
What do you mean, someone like you? How do you know what I'm like? I'm sorry. Let's not argue.
I don't want that.
Are you married?
In the manner of speaking.
Oh, I see.
I doubt if you did.
I didn't mean to suggest.
I thought we weren't going to argue.
That's true. So we won't argue.
Vous passez seul.
What did he say?
He said you have very lovely eyes.
He said that he can't even see.
Vous passez seul.
He asked for the salt. Maybe Freddie's on the terrace. Will you excuse me?
fear of romance. I really can't imagine why.
You think I'm the dangerous kind? Well, I am.
You are not dangerous. Who could think that of you?
You are so strange. Why can't you be what you want to be?
You should be scheming, intriguing, too clever by half. I have to hand it to you, for you've managed to make me forget why I ever agreed to this farce. I don't know why I can't think of anything I would rather do than be wasting my time with someone like
This is insane.
Yes, it is. Can I see you again? Who'd ever think it? Such a very pretty setting. Tell me what's the betting? Very pretty plotting too. No matter, I've done all your work for you.
I asked you before. Are you from here? Freddie? No, don't answer. I think I know.
Who'd ever guess it? Daughter in collaboration with the very nation. Game of father, third degree. Where's Daddy? Deader in the KGB. Leave her alone, Tupper. Tupper, I understand you have come here to accept my apology. In just a few minutes, Miss Hershey has made me realize how wrong I have been. But mistakes I have made, but I must change.
Get it, Red. I don't need anything from you now. Walter here tells me that a couple of fans called up and offered me $100,000 to keep on playing. People love his style. Tell him I accept. I guess for $100,000 I can sit down and hold my nose.
Wonderful, we've all made up. Have you not win my spot?
Come on, Freddie, we won this round. You wanted draft wing. You got draft wings.
Yeah, but здесь потом
Сидите, меня нет всего, steps. You coming? We could take you.
No. Most of you go. You need your rest.
what you want. What a nasty ambition. Set me up, pull me down, then exploit my condition. I should have guessed, woman, that impressed, woman, you're not nobody's side, but you're old and you're behaving like a deer. Woman, it's so clear, woman, it's your sex. Once they start growing old and getting worried, they let fly. Take it out on the one who supports them. That's you I'm talking about.
Never guess it's such a squalid little man. Watching you descending just as far as you can go. I'm learning things I didn't want to know.
Who'd ever think this would be the situation? One more observation. Have we never get this far before you show me what you really are?
You'd be lost without me to abuse like you used to.
Go away, just get out. Be someone else's parasite. I'm not the kind to be vindictive, holding some childish grudge. How could I be? I'm in the spotlight, half of the world my judge. All I demand are those I work for, those I give all my time, all my skills and pain, those that I entertain. Give me the same compassion in return. But your kind never learn.
What's going on around me is barely making sense. I need some explanations fast. I see my
We'll wait here.
Are you gonna take my luggage with you? My whole life's in there. It says something about me, doesn't it? You're not gonna let go, are you?
Took you long enough. Jake was just on his ran into him on the stairs. I'll handle it.
What do you have to do with this?
Lucky for us, your plane was delayed. You might have found your way home.
Who are you, Mr. Anderson? What do you want with me?
Missed the Bangkok closing ceremonies right as he was addressed to them.
And you opened it.
Your friend should be happy that I did. You played a beautiful game today. You seemed inspired. Poor Freddie is 4-1 now. Surprised?
I guess so. Of course.
You had no idea.
There was just that one evening. He knows nothing about me. I want to be with him.
Soon be away.
That doesn't happen.
Tonight, each of you go to his room. Get there. Excuse me. Aren't you with Mr. Jordan?
I've been his second.
Couple of questions. What do you want?
Associated Press. I've just come from the airport. The rumor is there that Anatoly Sergeyevsky's found in the back.
You mustn't say that to anyone. Do you understand? Do you understand? We are talking about a man's life here, you moron. All right. The ceremony's been over for 5 minutes. Everybody should be coming downstairs. Don't move. Stay right here. You better just get this thing over with.
What's the delay?
5 minutes. Relax. I'll have some food brought in.
You don't have any children, do you?
Just a wife.
Just a wife.
She and I...
Don't tell me.
This affects nothing. That had already gone wrong between us.
So, at least I'm not a homewrecker, too. As well as being a traitor to the man I've been working with for 7 years.
Just working with.
This, it affects nothing.
I am counting on you giving me inside information on his game while we're in bed together.
Is that all you think about?
Chance.
No.
Hi. Hello again.
Oh, Mr. Anderson said you were hungry.
been to America before? No. No, I haven't. I think you'll like it. Most people do.
Freedom? Well, if it were up to me, I'd say choose the East, not the West. Oh, Coast, East Coast, East Coast. Coast, see. Yeah, I'm from New York myself, and good luck. Just relax.
I hope you find America is all it's cracked up to be.
In the Soviet Union, it is not cracked up to be all that much.
You know, I still don't feel completely at home there, and I went there for
Floods. Please, I'm scared of them.
It's fully.
Line up there. Hurry, please. Time is short.
You said this would be private.
Nothing is for free. You, Mr. Sergeyevsky, why now? Why under glasses?
And until we don't answer.
Are you part of a dissident political movement? The American Embassy has put out a statement saying that you've asked for political asylum.
Would you consider yourself a political refugee?
I am not a refugee, please understand.
Anatoly, is this your way of denouncing the
I denounce nothing. You don't understand. I am not a politician. There are many places in the world that I would like to live. There are things I wish to do. Things I was not free.
You're ready. How long? What made you defect?
Annie, what how did and do you expect to be joined in your race of a loved one?
Well, you thought you did in all aspects of life.
You don't hear what I'm saying. I do not leave.
You didn't have to finish the man I had to resign now. Would you expect to be special significance to your preaching incentive when your status was gently and sorrow and fear?
There you two are. Welcome to Budapest. Welcome. Forgive me for not meeting you myself. How do you like the hotel? Quaint, isn't it?
Our room is very light, thank you.
Any problems with customs?
No, it's a great room.
I tell you, the world is awash with peace all of a sudden. Who'd have ever thought?
I won't be long. Beautiful choir.
Where's she?
She's excited.
She wanted to look around. You are dealing with her?
I
Oh, that someone would walk by and stab you with the poisoned umbrella tip. Relax, Anatoly. No one is going to hurt you here. Now, forgive me again, but I promised to have a word with so beautiful state. You'll be interested to know, Anatoly, that the secretary himself is looking forward to meeting you while he's here. I don't suppose that would be a problem. Had it been for the summit being here, you wouldn't have even been let in. And this may end up being its greatest accomplishment. By the way, they're rehearsing for the summit, not for your
I didn't think the trumpet did, didn't I?
But that trumpet, that's everything's for him.
Oh, yes, I guess it.
Come to us, please.
Talk, she's a These are cities from this.
Sasha, give up. Oh, these are friends from my town.
Now, why would they give your friends of a defector permission to come to Hungary?
Here to pray for victory, Miss Vassy, or just sightseeing?
Malakoff, are you following me now?
A coincidence. I love cathedrals. I love whiskey. Who shall I pray for to win? The old American or the new American? I think I shall pray that my wife stays faithful to me.
What do you want, Malakoff?
I am here for the chest. There's nothing else for me here. Mr. Anatoly Sergeyevsky has seen to that.
That had nothing to do with you.
Why did I not just say that to my superiors when I got home from Bangkok? Sirs, this defection had nothing to do with me. You have a beautiful country here.
It's not my country.
No.
I don't even speak the language. I'm a tourist. I have no memories of anything.
Well, I am sorry. It's a charming city. My own uncle was here.
I can't even find Kronzi Street where I was born. It's very near here, I know. I was hoping maybe there'd be neighbors who remember what happened to my father.
Perhaps they changed the street names. I could ask. I don't speak some Hungarian.
I don't want you to go to any trouble.
Would be no trouble at all. Oh, by the way, I'm told Anatoly seems very, very happy. No doubt, because of you. You flattered Madame. My wife. She would be very pleased what that said about me. I have been a very stupid husband for this. So much time away. She kept saying, if I loved her, I should leave her every second. But I was young.
If it were love, I should give that love every second I had, and I do. Did I
joke, okay? Jesus Christ. How long you been here? A couple of days and already you lost your sense of humor? You see what communism does to you? Now there's a smile. You got a mouth like that. You should show it. Make people happy. So, what was the question? Oh, yeah. Budapest. It stinks. You been outside? I have. Once. The goddamn Danube isn't even blue. You writing that down?
I am. And, Mr. Sergeyevsky. Have you seen him yet?
Honey, I see Mr. Sergeyevsky in my dreams.
I mean in person. He's staying in the hotel.
What's it called that?
Ready? Excuse me, the Secretary of
The
State.
hell with the Secretary of State. You're interrupting, Walter. This young lady from,
Tennessee.
Tennessee. She's been drawing me out. She's getting me to reveal things about myself that I never even knew.
Good for her.
And she's telling me things that I was never even told, like Sergeyevsky's staying right in this hotel.
That's true. There's only one deluxe
And there's a
hotel.
bitch with him.
You would excuse us, please?
We haven't finished our interview.
Just call and we'll make another arrangement.
But Vanity Fair is expecting a story like
Send just call. Florence is here, yes.
Great! Maybe she'll exhaust them, like rabbits. I bet that's how they are.
Ready? There is the Secretary of State.
Is she screwing him, too?
He wants to come and watch a game while he's here at the summit.
Yeah, I don't think that guy any
When
distraction.
he come with what, 5, 6 others, I'll keep it down. It'll be no big thing. I haven't told you about it.
Ask me! You ask me! I tell you. Remember? This summit's already caused me enough trouble without messing up the match. Look at the room I got!
It's the best hotel room in Budapest. The President of the United States does not have a room as good.
Yeah? This is the best room in this hotel.
The best room on the goddamn earth. Ready? The Secretary comes to the match and gets his picture taken shaking hands with an authentic American genius. Now, what's the big deal?
I don't let myself get used like that.
Used like
I
that?
have not, Walter. I've been very careful. I am my own man.
What is one goddamn picture?
Look, goes to the Secretary of State that I am very busy and that he can kiss my ass.
Okay, I will do that. Good. Maybe not in those exact words.
And you can tell those two commies in heat. Then we might be staying in the same hotel. They just better stay out of my way. If I'd have known, I'd have picked someplace a little less polluted. Like the gutter.
You take care. You don't let the shenanigans drive you. And you're wrong to forget you're not your country behind you. You're a fool if you think you can wave a flag and inspire some dramatic action. If I want bad enough, then it's in the bag. If I don't, you're a mere distraction.
that I will be finished with Freddy in a few days.
That's the concept. Just do it. Just be done.
Just play. Just say.
They're very nice.
I am sorry we spoke so much in Russian.
Please, I understand.
They don't speak any English.
It was nice to see you enjoying yourself.
But since Bangkok, have you not seen me enjoying myself?
I met with others. Friends. There was someone you kept talking about. Svetlana? I think Svetlana. I couldn't understand what any of you were saying. Svetlana something else. Didn't you tell me your wife's name was Svetlana?
Lawrence.
Your wife, that's Svetlana? Is that what you were talking about?
Yes. She's here in Budapest.
Oh,
Molotov, no doubt.
yes, no doubt. Maybe.
Beautiful night.
Every night's been beautiful for 2 months. Are you going to see her?
Should I?
This is your move, Anatoly, not mine.
We are not playing a game of chess, Florence. If you don't want me to
What
see
I
her...
want can have nothing to do with this. If I said no, I don't want you to resent me.
I don't love her.
You married her,
Years ago.
and years ago you loved her. This is an all too familiar scene, like imperceptibly coming between those whose love is as strong as it could or should be.
Nothing has altered.
Yet everything's changed.
No one stands still.
Still I love you completely and
hold my always will. Why do we need to put love into words, causing confusion? We protest, explain, reassure in vain, come to no conclusion.
I'd give the world to stay just as we are. It's better by far. Not to be too wise, not to realize where there's truth there will be lies.
We see it all, chasing our heart's desire, but we go on believing nothing can harm us. This is forever.
Stories like ours have happy endings.
What is left to say?
We've said everything. Over the years, we've said everything to each other, haven't we?
I never lied to you, Svetlana.
Is she beautiful? Is she rich? But she dresses well.
Is that the question?
No. Are you happy? Is she?
Svetlana, I love her.
That wasn't what I asked. That wasn't what I wanted to know. Good to see you again. It is always a pleasure to see my husband.
Svetlana.
It's been hard on her. It's a pity how the innocent suffer. Of course, she has no apartment anymore. She stays with friends. She goes by trolley. There is no car, right?
She said nothing. But it does not surprise me. They will take everything of mine away. I'm not naive. It's late. I should go. Thank you for arranging this. I hear she would not take money from me. Perhaps she could...
Why don't you see? She will be around. She's staying for the rest of the match.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No one cares what you think anymore. Not your wife, not your brother.
Brother.
There is a housing shortage in Rabinsk. He and his wife have had to find a smaller apartment.
Because I left.
Did she tell you about her brother? Suddenly, there is no room for him in the medical school anymore.
You said...
And then there is me. Some have to be held accountable for your selfishness, Anatoly.
Do not blame me.
You see, one little move affects so many people's lives. Hurts so many people.
I don't consider myself responsible for...
Will you? Don't get out of my sight! Now wait. A statement made and signed by your colleagues at the Federation, claiming that the reason for your sudden departure was that a rather large sum of money was found missing from their treasury.
That's ridiculous. No one's going to believe it.
There was an official hearing. No one spoke in your defense. At home, you are an investor.
Your brother's son. How old is he now? 5, yes?
Are you threatening?
In what world do you live? What did you think you were doing, Anatoly? Now get out of here, you disgust me.
It's 5-3, ladies and gentlemen. That's 2 in a row. And I'm just hitting my stride. What I say, tell me, make my day. Tell me you got it wrong. Who's washed up? And it's me in position. Spread the news, tell them it's a cruise. Tell them I'm on a road, quiet high, working on his demolition. I know that I've got him now, and it's all down to that day when I told her to get out of my life. What I say? That's the real story. You can reveal all my
Not me.
Ready, come on in.
Ready? When you move that phone.
I believe these are Sergeyevsky's.
Yes.
He left them in his wife's hotel room last night.
His... Who gives them to him? Thank you.
I need a fag in here. Where's the idea to torture me now?
Here. Here's your coat. You must be freezing.
I'm sweating. There's our car.
Anatoly.
I know this. I do.
Not to let us smoke in there isn't civilized.
Ivan, I heard you were here. I was going to look you up, but you know how things get there for a minute to myself.
You've been promoted.
At the gossip?
Unlike Anatoly to seem so edgy. Perhaps it is the presence today of your Secretary of State makes him so nervous.
Our Secretary of State makes no one nervous, Ivan. This is our problem.
I suppose there will be photos with the players.
Both of whom now live in America. Choose to live in America. Sorry, Ivan. To you, the world must seem very unfair.
Yeah. Read this.
Save it for later.
Read. I want Anatoly Backwater.
I know, Ivan, I know. Florence, you're gonna shoot her with the poison dart?
Now you and I, we've been around. We've seen them all come and go. We don't need to put each other down.
This is not what I wanted to hear. Too sincere. I don't wanna know.
Don't be so quick to condemn and don't assume you're on top.
Come on, Ivan, you can't win them all.
And why not? Or at least we could go for a draw.
Tell me more.
Only talking shop, there comes a time when we should pool resources. Would be the answer to our nation's prayers. Let's work together for the only course is to mix and they say with our savoir-faire. We do our best work when we're hunt in pairs.
Bravo, very nice, Ivan. So her father is alive?
Yes, Florence's father is alive. He had just been away.
And her father won't be allowed to leave with her, now that she's with a defector. I could try to prevent this, Ivan. Do you have a poison dart for me?
If you're not interested in working something out.
I hope you don't misunderstand, for I don't want to close doors. We're communicators after all.
Well, we all have our own point of view. Maybe you, or distinctly yours.
I'd like to be my own man, but in the light of your words.
So the light was in the envelope.
Very good, but it's time to put rancor aside. Petty pride,
Strictly for the birds.
comes a time when we should pool resources. Could be the answer to our nation's prayers. Let's work together for the only courses to mix others in our savoir-faires. You know how much that helps the guys upstairs?
For Anatoly, that's 4 losses in a row. What he must be feeling now.
Hey, it's only a game.
Let's work together and the world is safe And our cooperation paves the way for apartheid leaders and the main events. Behind the scenes, we show some common sense, a little mutual convenience. Let's work together to make money each other's defense.
Sometimes you go through periods like this, but don't worry, you'll get your form back. Hey, for every valley, there's a hill.
Excuse me, Mr. Sergeyevsky, there is a telephone call for you.
You want me to take it?
No, I'll take it.
This way, please. Got the envelope. Said nothing. I wonder, is it at least possible that your father is alive, or are we talking about
Yes,
a
it's
hoax?
possible. I think it's possible.
I hesitated before. I didn't want to open
How
up.
can I see this man? I need to meet him.
We'll have to wait to be contacted, Florence.
Walter Anderson, the chess world is indeed a small world, isn't it?
I know.
And Miss Vasi, it appears we have the same good food guide to Budapest. You're Mats Svetlana Sergeyevsky?
Oh, I hadn't had the pleasure. How do you do? How do you do?
And Florence Vasi?
Hello? And of course, Signor Terrena with Anatoli. Yes, I heard you were there.
How's the trout?
Very nice, very fresh.
Good, then I shall not even open my lane. I think I'll play it because will you excuse us, please?
If you want to leave.
Why would I want to leave? It's quite attractive, isn't it?
Anatoly has good taste.
There was no phone call. When I got to the booth, a man came up to me and told me that my brother's son was in an accident. Nothing serious, the boy was just really scared, so were his parents. It was important to him that I know this.
Anatoly!
It just came in.
He's with
Your
my...
wife and I were introduced.
Très bien, privier ton brother.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said my brother sends regards.
I'll go visit the dessert car. Hungarian pastries are famous, aren't they?
They want me back.
Who? Your wife?
I can take this.
Take what?
You have never been to Russia.
You know I haven't. You want to go back?
I did not say that.
I know. It can't have been easy.
Oh, it has been very easy. With you, it has been very good, Florence.
Excuse me, I need to get some air.
I'll come.
No! I can be alone. Miss Vashi. Mrs. Sergeyevsky. When I met with Don, please. Excuse me. May I join you?
40 yards.
May I join you? If you wish.
Florence!
I can take care of myself. Enjoying Budapest? Been here before? Yes, a long time ago. Things change though, don't they? Don't they? Treat him well. That is all I can ask, Florence. I've done my best. I've tried. Harder than I ever thought I could try. I don't understand. He told me he loves you. Nothing is so good. And now I move my world to be with. Still the gap between us is too wide. Looking back, I could take things on. One of you more moments who can tell us a little care that I was ever so much younger than I know him now. I know him well. Wasn't he cool? So good. Wasn't he fine? So fine. In my boots, he won't be mine. And I know how it would go if I knew from the start. Why am I falling apart? Wasn't he blind? Isn't it madness? He won't be mine. But in the end, he needs a little bit more than me. More security. To see I'm free. I know him so well. It took time to understand him. I know him so
Jeśli jeszcze wreszcie tak Josh, a Josh się mnie, dziś to сказал, дайте мне ответь.
What did he say?
He said the next time she walks away like that, he will screw like her.
Oh,
Why
God.
did you mention nothing about your father?
You know?
Walter, just.
God damn him. He knew I didn't
Don't
want
you
you.
understand? They'll never let him leave while you're with me.
Are you looking for an excuse now?
Now my defection is hurting even you. What are they doing to us?
I don't know what. Anatoly, let's go back to the hotel. We still have to play the final game.
I don't have to play. I'll go to the arbiter and ask him for a week's postponement of the match.
A week? You'll never get a week. So
Need
agree
a
to...
week, I can't think. How the hell can I play chess if I can't?
All right. I'll go see what can be done. I'll try. But it's not just the arbiter that has to agree.
So, you don't know why he started playing chess?
Did Mozart know why he had tubes in his head?
Well, then, do you know when you started to play?
What's the matter? I'm playing right now, and that's what counts, right?
Of course.
So, let's talk about now.
Well, I was only hoping to start with a little background training.
Oh, look who's here. Watch out, fellas, she might start humping your leg.
Anatoly needs that break, Freddie.
Anatoly who?
Your opponent.
Oh, yeah. How do you know him?
Maybe you'd like us to leave.
No. There's nothing private going on here. Stay.
5 days might be enough.
Why should I? You know me, Florence. Rules are rules.
Freddie. He needs to rest.
You mean I'm broken? He's
He's beat. And you know it.
Maybe you're right. But not for reasons that have anything to do with chess. As if you could ever understand.
Yeah, I understand a lot more now than when you...
Right. Like Walter?
Walter is a great agent.
You really are a child. How can you be so gullible? A great agent. Right. Forget it. You're gone, Freddie. Who knows? Maybe you always were. Excuse me. I'm sorry to have bothered all of you.
Yeah? Well, they're winners and they're losers, Florence, and you are a loser. Where were we?
Well, you're going to tell us a little about your background, Freddie.
Yeah? Okay. When I was 9, I learned survival, taught myself not to care. I was my single, good companion, taking my comfort there. Up in my room, I planned my conquest. On my own, never asked for a helping hand. And no one would understand. I never asked the pair who fought below, just in case they said no. Pity the child who has ambition, knows what he wants to do, knows that he'll never fit the system others expect him to. Pity the child who knew his parents, saw their faults, saw their love die before his eyes. Pity the child that wise. He never asked, did I cause your distress? Just in case they said yes. When I was 12, my father moved out. Left with a whimper, not with a shout. I didn't miss him, he made it perfectly clear. I was a fool and probably queer. Fool that I was, I thought this would break. if he's prepared to pay.
Miss Marchi,
What do you want with me?
we are able to see your father now.
My father? Have you been following me?
Come with me, please. If you wish to see your father,
If he's my father. Why did you follow me here? Why didn't you come to the hotel?
I said that we could see him. I did not say we had permission to see him. Now hurry, please.
recognizes you. Vonya, semi-delicate. You have your mother's eyes. Zenza, Tegorba. His mouth when he was younger. Do you?
I was 4 years old. I saw a picture once of a 35-year-old man. Don't translate that.
He has this picture of you and him. This was his proof.
I've never seen a picture of myself as a baby. You are my father. Why didn't you try to find me?
Hate lunch, ans antan, jednym kelesztajmy. Can't this make us what us still? Ask for Russian. He wants to be alone with you.
Then no.
Apucat.
Oh, God. That means Father, doesn't it? I remember that.
Russian Chess Federation. Was it your father?
You knew where I went?
They told me. Was it him?
Yes.
I'm happy for you. No. You better leave me alone.
Are you going to play?
I don't know.
Did you make it clear that he has to be here? Does he understand? He will lose his time.
Hustlers forward the game when all its rules are respected.
There are no exceptions.
And these rules are the same for a champion of all malice. No show, no thanks, no appeal, no exceptions, no way.
What it's gonna cost him?
Does the player insist in any human endeavor?
What it's gonna cost us?
Has been known to resist. Sirens of fame and possessions threaten to cut off supplies and help out to play. He's a broken man, but his record must go. It's the weak who extol tawdry untruths about freedom, prostituting the soul, chasing some spurious starlight, trinkets in airports sufficient to lead their lost. Everybody suffers, burden chips, but hands with this broad mastication. Everybody suffers, Mr. S has better chance
G1 to G3. Concentrate! So he's gonna fight. This situation wears my appetite for concentration. Why is he so focused when my thoughts are straying? Knight to E5. Looking at this man, it's her I'm seeing once my greatest fan. And now her being it still gets to me and screws the way I'm playing. Here I see a man caring about the finest sport of triumph sharing. A show with esoterics and annoys hysterics. Who don't pay attention to what goes on all around them. And even though they touch the way they found them. Is this the life I need? A childish selfish queen while those who love me bleed to death. When I think of her and her father, what would she prefer? I know I'd rather live my life alone and feel that I have more than that. At last, he's made a mistake. I cannot go on hurting all the people who have trusted me. He cannot escape from here. Well, here we are, the final stages of a soul-destroying game. The sacrifice of someone I will never find again. Shit, never, shit, never, shit, never, never, losing sight. Roaring, smashing, tough young for a ride. Roaring, smashing, just haven't got the instinct of a wheel. Nothing more to do. No hope, no way to save the game. The end of play. So I lose today.
Why is it raining?
Why don't you go and ask someone? I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Oh, the household reminds you. Are you leaving too? Is that why you are at the airport?
She and her father will soon be departing together.
You must be happy. Where do you live in America? I've recently rented a small house in Connecticut.
A lovely house.
Your father, I hope, will be happy.
Хотите, можете идти все потом. История полиции.
We can board. I will join you in minutes.
You're doing this for my father?
No.
If I ever
Will
thought...
I ever see you again?
No.
I have an appointment in Moscow. I once again have an appointment. If you ever... You could stay with us. It is a large appointment.
Thank you, but I don't...
Knowing I want you, knowing I love you, cannot compare with my despair, knowing I've lost you.
I've been a fool to allow dreams to become great expectations.
Can I love you so much, yet make no move? There will be days and nights when I want you more than I want you, more than I should. Chasing our heart's desire, but we go on pretending. Stories like ours have happy endings. You could not give me more than you gave me. I don't know why I'm standing by, watching this happen.
I won't look back anymore, and if I do, just for a moment.
I can't imagine a time when I won't care, but here we are today, and it's over. Hold me and tell me chasing our heart's desire. Don't we go on pretending?
that what he's doing?
I was afraid you'd gone.
Would I do that? They're bringing him to the Aeroflot hangar. Now, excuse me. My seat is being saved for me.
Ivan?
Lawrence, you were a beautiful couple. Reminded me of my wife and myself 30 years ago.
You know, he's never even been married.
No?
Lawrence, this is not easy to say. The old man, Molotov, he wasn't your father after all. I'm sorry.
Why are you saying this?
Most likely your father died just like you thought.
Lying. Why are you lying?
There was no proof. They said nothing checked out.
I checked out! I know it's him! There's a photograph. Look.
Guess I just took a baby, some baby, none of you.
This is a picture of me as a baby with my father. Look at it!
Lawrence, calm down. I can understand you being...
Shit! Shit! How could I be so stupid?
Lawrence, you haven't seen your father.
I mean about you! Why are you doing this? Why isn't my father here? Who's going to be in that Aeroflot hangar? Who's going?
Releasing a prison agent tomorrow is 4 o'clock. And boy, did they want Sergeyevsky back. Malakov's ego must have been very badly bruised.
You traded Anatoly for one of your agents?
I took advantage of an opportunity. We suspected as soon as Malakov showed
You
us
son of a bitch! I don't even know how to find my father! Oh no! Please. Did Anatoly know all this? Did he?
It is my belief that he thought that,
What?
that you were getting your father back. And that is why he agreed. Finally agreed it, but after him since he got to Budapest.
Oh no! Oh no!
For Christ's sake, I'm doing my goddamn job here, and I think I'm doing it well. The people from State told me that they were very happy with the outcome. I was taken aside and told this. What we have accomplished could even make a difference at the summit. Now, this is the way things happen, Florence. We move, they move, some trust gets built up. That is how it's played.